Hey, what's up, guys? We got an NHL 14 wishlist video for you guys. So, to start off with all these dislikes which I could be getting, I want to state that I do like NHL 13. I do still play it, and I'm not bored of it, and I'm not making this video so early, so I could just, I want to wait all this time and, like, it's complicated. But I'm making this video because if EA does see this video, EA will have time to put these into the game. They have enough time. They'll have a good 6 months. If I made this video 4 to 5 months from now, yeah, I doubt they'd do any of these. I've got a big list, and I'm hoping even if they did 2 out of 15 I have right now, I might talk about some more when I'm talking about some stuff, but if they did 2 out of 15, that would be good for me. So, I got a big list. I'm just gonna start. None of these are in order from greatest to least or anything like that. I got some things that are optional for me, and I got some things that I'd really like to see them adding. Number one thing I thought of was new deking, animations, and smooth stick handling. For me, the deking in NHL 13 doesn't fit with the new skating engine. I eventually got used to it, but when I first played and I was trying to deke with the new skating system, it felt so weird. Honestly, I think they need to change the deking, add all new ones, add the animations to make them smoother, and just make the stick handling and stuff like that smoother. Because the new skating, it's supposed to fit in together. And with the new offense and skating and yeah, like that, because they really upgraded the offense and like made a lot of changes. What they need to do is now make, I guess you'd call it new smart defensemen or something like that, or smart defense. I have no clue. That's just something I randomly made up. But I think there's got to be much more ways to defend because me and probably about 90 other percent of people only poke check. That's the only way to play defense, actually. Be in good position and poke check. I think that they should. I don't know what buttons, but they could use like. If you press the right bumper when you go to poke check, if you. I don't know. I don't know. They could add a button that isn't being used. Maybe if you click in one of the sticks and move left, right, up, and down, your guy does like blocks. Like, you know how defensemen and when you watch hockey, they're always like sliding and blocking and making good things because the diving, that's not blocking. That's terrible. Your guy's just randomly flying on the ice, not even making a block. Most of the time, screening his goalie and getting a penalty all in one. It's terrible. They got to really upgrade the defensemen, make them smarter, and not just the poke check. The next thing for me, which a lot of people might agree with this one definitely, is an ESHL overhaul. I mean, I love ESHL, but sadly, 13 has gotten boring already. I'm not in the sixes. I don't play daily. I want to play more often, but I don't know. I find more fun with HUT and other things. So here's my thoughts for ESHL. They should add a bunch of customization. You should be able to, we'll start from the beginning. You should be a terrible team, maybe the smallest rink ever. It's a terrible rink. You got like maybe 200 seats in there. And you know how you could level up your team? The more levels you get to, the better rinks you get, the more crowd you get, the louder the arena becomes, and stuff like that. You should be able to have more customization on that. You should be able to customize your own rink, create your own arena for your ESHL team. Next I have is a pregame warm-up with music, and you could, no, never mind, not, I was gonna say you could change the music, but that wouldn't work for online and stuff. But with the pregame warm-up, it should be added into like Be a Pro, every game mode I would say. For Be a Pro and ESHL, you're just your one guy. For any other mode, you could just keep changing players, and just to see how, I don't know, I think it would just be something cool to add, and it would definitely help the presentation. Watching the players come out, the same animations, one guy skating on the net, then going to the goalie, then going to this. That's just not good enough for the past 4 years. They got to do, I think pregame warm-ups would be great with music just to pump people up for the game. Maybe like 30 seconds, and if both players hit like the back button, they could skip it if it's online. And for me, NHL 12's HUT was fun, but it did get very boring. NHL 13 did a great job with HUT, in my opinion, or Hockey Ultimate Team if you guys don't know. I think that they did a great job, and I think they should keep upgrading. And what I think they should do for HUT, the only thing I could think of is they should be able to, since you can create your own team lineups and you control the team stuff, you should be able to create your own rink and, well, not rink, your own arena, like I said in ESHL. So you can create your own ESHL. No, I'm getting all confused with all this stuff. You should be able to create your own ultimate team rink and stuff like that. I don't know. I have no clue what else they could add for HUT. I want them to add more stuff, but I can't think of anything. So that's all I'm going to say. Number 6, we have the All-Star game and the All-Star competition. They already have the All-Star game, so I don't know why I said that, but the All-Star competition, the All-Star skills competition, like that. And here's my options. They should be able to, like, as you see on TV, they have this like 5 or 6 things they do, and they start with like the fastest skater and stuff like that. Then they get down to like 4 people get to do this thing the fastest, and that's cool to watch. That's one of my favorite things to watch, the All-Star competition, hardest slap shot. And here's a good thing in my opinion. If they added this, it would be really cool. Because in my opinion, Legends was a terrible thing. Yeah, if you're watching this, sorry, but Legends wasn't the smartest thing. You got everyone hyped saying there's that big announcement. Legends wasn't good. I'd say 10% of people play it. But if you added that you could play online in All-Star competition, you and your friends get to pick your own players and get to verse each other and see who wins. That would be cool. Maybe you get pucks, because I think you should have more ways to get pucks. Not a lot, obviously, but, you know, some, just to add that little upgrade to it. Number 7, which is actually big for me, is better celebrations. I just don't like them. They're terrible for me. All of them feel so unrealistic, and they've gotten really bland, I guess you could say that's the word. I mean, most of the time I just let my guy celebrate himself, and that looks realistic and stuff, but I still don't like those celebrations. Number 8, I mean, everyone always says this, new announcers. But for me, I mean, I want new announcers, but I don't think they're going to do it because the announcers they have right now put so many lines, so many hours and stuff into it. And if they need new announcers, they'd probably have to do it now, and then to get all the lines in, it'd probably take like a year or two itself. So that one for me is optional. I don't really care about that. I don't even play with the announcers on most of the time. Number 9 is another optional thing because no one really does it, and no one does it because it's not good. The fighting needs to upgrade. For me, I like the third person fighting better than the first person, and for me it's because the first person fighting is like 5 seconds. You can't do anything. You just punch, 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 and you win. The blocking isn't even good. I don't know. I just think you should be able to do more punches. It should feel more realistic, and it should be a little longer and stuff like that. Number 10 is more customization for everything. When you create a player, when I said you can create an arena, and creating teams, more logos and stuff like that, just more customization. You guys could definitely do it. Maybe if you can get that goalie helmet, like customization, or get the real helmets, that'd be cool. I don't really care about that. I think it's cool, but I don't care about that as much. I'd rather have gameplay upgrades. Next, we have Be a Pro and /GM revamped. And for Be a Pro, I think they should have cutscenes, interviews, stuff like that, like walking out of a plane, coming home from a big game or something like that. Stuff like that. Interviews would be cool. In NBA 2K13 has it, and it's pretty cool. And it would just like add more visuals to it and stuff like that. Because Be a Pro, it's all right. It got better every year. It gets a little better, but it's not fun. It's not like worth it to play for me. And for GM, you could control your team and stuff, but you can't control, like, you should be your GM, and you should control if you want to move places, like if you want to move to a different city, you should be able to control all that stuff. That's a little bit for me. That one's optional as well. The Winter Classic and the All-Star competition, for me, if they do bring the All-Star competition, they should be put in all, like, major modes. Like, the Winter Classic is not in GM. It's not in any mode, unless you just want to play by yourself, because that'd be cool. Your team randomly getting chosen to play in the Winter Classics. It should be the top team in the East, top team in the West. That'd be good, or just random, doesn't matter. And then also, something optional that might be cool is that for the finals to win the Elite for ESHL, you verse in the Winter Classic. So say you're going for the tournament, you're going ESHL, you win the first 3 games, you go to the final game of Elite, you play in the Winter Classic. who's ever home gets to use their rink that they built, arena. I don't know why I keep saying rink. Arena that they built to show off, and you play in the outdoors, and it'd just be really cool atmosphere, and it's different. And 13 group celebrations and new Stanley Cup celebrations. You should be able to press a button and just do a group celebration so everyone like huddles up, because I think that's cool. I think that's much better than any celebration they have right now, and that's just a small celebration. I'd like to see them add new celebrations, realistic ones. You should be able to do all new celebrations if you win in overtime and stuff like that. But the Stanley Cup, most of the time it takes forever if you don't sim or if you play your games. And most of the time you want to play your games, because if you do play the Stanley Cup, you see the celebration. You don't sim. But it takes all that time to get to the Stanley Cup, you win, and you get like 10 seconds. Same thing. One guy has a cup, then the other guy, then the last guy, then they take a picture, then it says you won. That's it. You should get like, it should be like maybe a 5 or 10 minute thing. People could skip it too, but I mean, it should be cool because you won the Stanley Cup. It's a big thing. Number 14, which I actually see in NHL 2K10, is shots from like any opportunity, any chance you get. I was playing probably about a few months ago because I got NHL 2K10 at, I forget what store it was. I got it for $4.95, brand new, just trying it out. And I had Kovalchuk, and he was coming down. Someone hip checked him on one leg. He was halfway down, and he took a shot, and he scored. And it was just the coolest feeling ever because, I mean, he got that last second, or he would have been on the ground. It could be like, if he's falling, maybe he's on his knees, he can get like a better shot than just that sloppy. You guys see when like you're on your knees in that game, it's terrible when you try to take a shot, like sliding shot. If you get tripped, you can take a last second shot. Just any shot. If you like squeeze in from a defenseman after they hit you, take a shot. Just all these different shots and stuff like that you could take. That last second shot that could go in. Now 15, I don't know. For me, NHL 12, when I played ESHL, it felt really smooth. I see online a lot of people complain about this. NHL 13, ESHL, drop-in games, stuff like that, was really choppy for me. I got used to it, but it took me about a month. I think EA should do, I don't know if they could even do this, but I mean, they should take a big step into fixing their servers, their connection, choppiness, and stuff like that, just making the game a lot smoother, even if they do a little bit. But that was my NHL 14 wish list. If you guys have any ideas, please write them in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and please, for the last 30 seconds, I want to explain one thing. Please do everything you can to get this to EA. Tweet them, share it with people who work at EA if you know anyone. Just try to get this to EA because all these features would be a great addition in the NHL 14 for Xbox, PS3, or Wii if they've made it for that. I think they'd be great additions to the game, and hopefully the EA Sports will listen and deliver. I have no clue if they will, but it'd be awesome if they took any of these ideas into consideration to putting them into NHL 14. Hope you guys had a great day, and hope EA watched this, and I'll catch you guys later.